I'm now joined in our Cape Town studios by Samantha Annandale, GM of Hotel Verde. As far as I understand, the greenest hotel on the African continent, which has gotten some positive feedback, even from some of our staff members here at CNBC Africa. So, Samantha, I hope that's something you'll be happy with. Let's pick up on the impact of the visa regulations. As we can tell from our previous segment that it's impacting the numbers very negatively. And if you've been reading the Sunday newspapers, it is something that is concerning to members like yourself in the hospitality and tourism sector.
Indeed, it is a concern. I think if you look at what we've gone through in the last quarter from travel and tourism industry perspective, just in the wake of the Ebola crisis that we suffered, I think there's so much uncertainty, and we have seen the numbers dwindle as we have access to the reports coming through our airports of our foreign travelers. But I think, you know, I can only attribute it obviously to the economic circumstances, but especially that there's no clear directive on where we're actually heading with the visa applications that need to be done. We've noticed a drop in just 3 months of 700 room nights being cancelled from our Chinese market due to the uncertainty. So, yes, and you're right, it could be detrimental to the travel and tourism industry.
So China is obviously a very significant market which is seeing a decline, obviously, for our visitors coming into South Africa. Are there other visitors who are clearly abstaining from South Africa or finding it just too difficult to make it to our shores?
I think if you look at some of the markets where we've got tour operators marketing South Africa as a destination, you can even look at the likes of Brazil, for argument's sake, where already with the uncertainty, we have noticed that the numbers have dropped. And, you know, tour operators go out yearly, they publish their tour operator books to advertise destinations. And because of that, I think South Africa has potentially lost out on the publication going out to print in 2015 and potentially even 2016. So although we can look at statistics over the last 6 months and see how it's affected us, I think that the long-term effect could be more severe than what we're even aware of.
Samantha, where is the pinch more painful when it comes to the leisure tourists visiting the country or your business travelers?
I think it's a good mixture. Certainly at our hotel, and we're based 400 meters from Cape Town International Airport, we have a very good balance of probably about 50% of our travelers coming from overseas, Europe, and then probably 50% being more the domestic market. Domestic market travel contributes to a maximum 20% of our take-up in rooms. So it's obviously not too much to go on. So we pin our hopes definitely on our inbound tourism from our overseas destinations. 50% is quite a big percentage of your rooms over a year. So it is definitely a market to be concerned about.
Are your colleagues in the industry sharing the same sentiments? I mean, those in the hotel space as well? And if so, what communication and feedback are you giving back to the government?
Absolutely. The FedHasa, which is our lobbying sector for obviously the hospitality industry, has taken it very seriously, and they've lobbied extensively from the start. We know that it's been postponed till June, and we've been reassured in January by Minister Hanekom that it is being reviewed. In the openings in the address in Parliament, Jacob Zuma has said that it will be reviewed. It's obviously going to take some time, and although we're waiting to see what the outcome is in June, which I believe is when it should be made public, hopefully it will be put back on the table and not gazetted as yet. The thing that we need to make sure as a country is that we make sure that the message is put out clearly. I think there's a lot of uncertainty out in the markets, and the longer we drag this on, although there is a good reason for it, it is certainly being investigated, and from the Home Affairs Minister, he's doing his utmost to make sure that he keeps all the parties in the loop, and he does consult. But the longer it takes and the lack of communication will once again see probably a more negative effect on the travel and tourism industry.
In the interim, maybe if you could give us insights as to how you and your organization are responding to the situation in trying to drive more investors, especially from abroad, into South Africa.
Certainly, well, we have got a fantastic, podium from where we can talk, because we've won quite a few international awards, and we've made some international open doors for us, which has given us an opportunity to put the message out there. They certainly, if you look at throughout South Africa, it's a growing market. It's one of the biggest growing markets in the world. If you look at Africa, equally as much, probably the biggest. It is certainly where there is investment opportunities. We, as a responsible destination in all avenues, not just Cape Town, but South Africa, and the fact that even that we're spearheading this charter, if you want to call it that, and the visa applications, even though it's not gazetted, says that we're really the forerunners of responsible travel. That should be a good indication that it is a country that is making a stand on certain issues, and certainly somewhere where I, as an investor, would feel safe to invest in. From Hotel Verde's perspective, having that international platform where we have got awards, it gives us the opportunity to boost not just Cape Town, obviously, but South Africa as a responsible destination, and one that still continues to be the best.
Samantha, thank you so much for your insights today, and we certainly wish you all the best in your endeavors. That was Samantha Annandale, General Manager at Hotel Verde.